Welcome back to my channel. This feels so crazy to say that I have a YouTube channel, but we have a lot of ground to cover, so we don't have enough time to really get into the excitement. But we're gonna be talking about 75 hard. I asked you guys on my Instagram just some questions you guys had. I just want to answer them fully, so 75 hard will be over in my life, which is kind of sad, but I'm really looking forward to helping other people on their 75 hard journey because it's real. It's very, very real. I have questions all the way from like the challenge and my before and after picture, which will be in this video, okay? You'll see my knees, which my knees were wild before, even to like just some like ground to cover, like my diet, the workouts that I chose to do, things like that. So let's get started with what even is 75 hard. So 75 hard is a challenge by Andy Frisella, and you can listen to his podcast, which really breaks down everything in the challenge because I can't really cover everything he covers. But the most important thing you need to know is there's 5 rules. You need to do 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside, and they're in 3-hour windows from each other, which means you cannot combine the workouts. You have to do them at separate times, and it's meant to be challenging. So if you're wondering like how does that even work, it's on purpose. Second thing, you need to drink a gallon of water a day. You need to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every single day. Follow a diet and stick to it. And a lot of people have questions about the diet, and we're gonna get to that. And then you wanna take a progress picture every single day, which you would think that was the easiest part, but you can sometimes like literally in the middle of nowhere be like, oh shoot, and take a progress picture and run to the bathroom and take it. Anyways, those are the 5 rules. And another important caveat is you cannot drink. And I don't mean a sippy cup, I mean liquor. You cannot have an ounce of wine. You can't have anything. And I think that was something that was challenging for me in the beginning, because if you follow my Instagram, which I'm gonna link right here, Black and Vegan, you know that I was drinking wine and guzzling that wine back almost every single night, which is toxic when I think about it, but COVID did some things to me. Anyways, those are the 5 rules, so let's get to your questions. The question I got a lot was, why did I decide to do the challenge? Like most millennials, I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this one girl, and I wish I could remember her name because she's honestly the reason why I did it. She was talking about the challenge and she's like, today's day 1, I decided to do it. I remember it was like 12 a.m. and I was just like, I'm not doing this. Because when she said you can't drink, like I told you guys, I was guzzling back wine every night. She said you can't drink. I was like, ooh. In context, I did this during summer. So literally May, June, July, August was wrapped up in this challenge, basically. So anyways, I was like, I can't drink. Like, it's supposed to be summertime. Let's just go out, have a margarita, With that process, I realized that I was making excuses for why I can't do this challenge. And right then and there, I remember it was like 12 a.m. I was like, Imani, if you're gonna make an excuse why you can't better your life over a glass of wine, you need to do this challenge. Like, you are the perfect example of why this challenge exists. So that night, I literally said, enough's enough, I'm doing the challenge. And I believe I started at the end of May, which is why my challenge went from like May to August, because I was like at the tail end of May. Really, that's why I decided to do it. I decided to do the challenge because I realized that as a human being, I could be better. And I just wanted to see what I would be like at the end of the challenge. Like, who am I? What qualities do I possess? And if I think I can't do something, why is that? You know, why am I putting up boundaries of why I can't complete something? And it honestly scared me enough to tell myself that if you don't do this, maybe you're a quitter. I'm sorry, I go to the extremes, but honestly, like, I just don't want to be a quitter, and I don't want to tell myself I can't do something that I know I can do. So anyways, that's why I decided to do the challenge. Next question. Diet. So many people ask me what I ate during this challenge, and trust me, as a vegan, I get why there's so many questions, because truthfully, there's not that many. I remember I googled like vegan diet plans. There's not that many vegan diet plans that I found on Google, which was strange to me because the vegan diet seems like it's so popular nowadays that there would be an immediate diet plan available, but there wasn't. So tip number one, if you're going to be vegan doing this challenge, you definitely want to download MyFitnessPal. It's an app. I got it for free. I did not do the premium. I didn't do the advanced. I didn't do none of that because I didn't want to pay. I got the MyFitnessPal and I typed in my goals. My goal was to gain muscle. As a vegan, I was chubby because I was drinking a lot of wine and I went out to eat a lot towards the end of my vegan journey before I started 75 hard. But before that, I had lost a lot of weight. And something that was important to me was to have muscle. I was tired of being skinny or like not toned. So gaining muscle was important for me. So MyFitnessPal recommended 1900, but I also wanted to be slim thick, let's be honest. So MyFitnessPal recommended 1900 calories a day and 100 something protein. I think in macros or 100 grams, 100 grams of protein a day. So with that, I began my vegan journey. I cut out, of course, liquor, and I cut out fried foods. So that means fries, aka while I was baking every single thing, fries had to go. What else didn't I eat? Also, tip, whenever I went out to eat, since you don't know what they put in the food, I would always tell them either A, I have a severe allergy, which God forgive me, but I didn't know what else to do. Or I would say that I was in a fitness competition. So every single time I went out to eat, I would tell them exactly what I could not eat. And if it tasted nasty, it tasted nasty, but I needed to follow my diet plan. So that meant every single day, I just followed more whole grains, a nutritious diet, one that did not involve vegan fast food. I did not go out to eat unless I had to, aka a birthday event or a celebration or something like that. But basically, my diet consisted of MyFitnessPal. I typed in every single thing that I would eat, and I restricted myself of fried foods completely. Nothing fried, even chips. No chips. I did not eat chips because they're pre-fried, unless you get the baked ones. So a little bit about my diet. That was my diet pretty much. Basically just trying to hit 100 grams of protein a day, vegan protein. So no, I did not count my macros. A lot of people ask me that. No, my number one goal was just to make sure that I'm getting enough protein in my body to make sure that I could be slim thick. That's just really what it was. So download MyFitnessPal and you'll be fine. And if you have other questions, just really feel free to DM me, because the diet section, I'm not a dietitian, I'm a nutritionist. But it worked for me, what I did. So just download the MyFitnessPal and all your problems will be solved. Workouts, part 3. Okay, workouts. Now, before 75 Hard, I was doing Orange Theory. That clearly was not gonna work. Well, let me not say that. That was not gonna work for my body type. My body type, I need to lift weights in order to gain muscle and to like have that like lifted, sculpted body that I personally like. So what I would do is every single morning I would wake up and go to the gym. I would weight lift. Every single day was something different. So since you have to work out 7 days a week, my mornings would consist of pretty much a back day, leg day. I have 3 leg days a week, and then about 2 to 3, 2 arm days, 1 cardio day, and then maybe 1 day of rest, which just consisted of me walking or doing yoga instead of actively going to the gym in the morning. And sometimes I would sprinkle, like when I would have people visit me because it was summertime, I would sprinkle like rowing, like going rowing, because I live in Austin. So everyone knows there's like a whole bunch of like lakes and things like that. This is not a fitness challenge, which a lot of people think it is. It is a mental toughness challenge. The hardest part is continuing to do it. So don't feel like you have to lose weight or look a certain way. Just make sure that you're doing your workouts. So yeah, in the morning I would do the gym, and then at night I would go on a walk or I would go on a run. But you are more than welcome to switch it up however you want. The most important thing is you can have 2 outside workouts, but you cannot have 2 indoor workouts. So choose wisely, choosing your schedule, what works best for you. What worked best for me was just gym in the morning, walking at night. And that's how I pretty much lived my life for 75 days. Also, people ask if I had a trainer. No, I did not have a trainer, but I followed Nick Merckx. I'm at that man. My boyfriend followed him for his workouts. So every single day he posts his workout plan, and I would just literally screenshot it and go to the gym and work out. And if I didn't know what he was talking about, I would just Google it, and I would just copy what the person on the YouTube did, and that was pretty much my workout plan. But once again, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a trainer, nothing like that. That worked for me, but if you're someone who needs just a little bit more guidance, maybe look into getting a trainer. I know that Andy Frischella, the owner of this program, is not against that at all. So that's something you can do, but I personally did not do that. I just went the free route and went on Instagram. Once again, Nick Merckx. Thank me later. Next part, consistency. A lot of people ask me, how did I stay consistent? You know what? I don't know if this might just be my personality type. Mind you, like one day I woke up, I watched a documentary and I said I was gonna be vegan, and from that day forward, I never wandered into meat again. So it might be my personality type, but I put a lot of pressure on myself to complete this. Like, this was more than just like challenge, you know, this was me proving to myself that I can set something out and I can complete it, and I will not make an excuse for myself. Even if it was summertime, even if I had people coming to visit me, even if all these excuses, like whatever it was important for me as a human being to complete this. So that is how I stayed consistent, was knowing that this was for me. And mind you, this is a program, like I said, it's about mental toughness. Of course, you want your body to change with you as your mind changes. Like, I'm not saying that, but this is about your mental toughness, and it's just important that you understand that this has to be for you. It can't be, hey, I want to look cute. You could do a workout challenge for that. This is literally for you to understand that you can complete anything you put your mind to. So throwing that out there. Another way I stay consistent, like I used to write everything down in a book. Like, let's do a practical tip. I used to write every single thing down in my book. When I completed something, Andy also has an app. I'm not an app person, I'm like a writer down person. So I wrote everything down. I wrote my thoughts down for the day. And honestly, that helped me be consistent and keep going. And another tip, if you want to be consistent, is get a routine. My routine was literally wake up, go to the gym, and then go to work, and then after work, go on my walk. Literally, there's nothing, like if I went out of that routine, I would feel super out of control, which is fine because during the challenge, I also moved. I had people come to visit and things like that, and it throws you off your routine. But I'm just saying, if you want to have the best odds of being consistent, get a routine and stick to it. It makes it so much easier than just randomly deciding, okay, I want to just get a routine, and you'll be consistent. And then with that, someone asked, like, what was the biggest challenge within the 75 hard challenge? At a certain point, like, you get used to the workouts, you kind of get more excited to go work out. At least for me, that's what happened. I think the hardest part, maybe in the beginning, was being annoyed at other people, which, look, y'all, I would be annoyed at other people a lot. I would get really frustrated and really annoyed because I felt like I was putting so much energy and effort into my life, and I was starting to kind of cast that on other people. So if that happens to you, just know that's kind of normal, but also like dial it back, because you're dial it back. And also, I think the hardest part was probably past a certain point, my feet literally were done. Like, even if you decide to walk, you're walking twice a day for 45 minutes, your feet eventually are gonna hurt. Your body is gonna ache a little bit, but kind of weird. So once you get to like day 50, you have 25 days left, which seems like a long time, but honestly, you're so happy that you're past that hump that you're just ready to complete it. But another challenge is probably like you do want the challenge to end eventually. Like, you're over it at a certain point where you're like, this is day, like, I don't know, maybe I think in the day 60s, I was like, this is annoying. Like, I just want to be able to drink wine. I just want to be able to like hang out with my friends. But at the same time, it's weird. It's weird because your mind really does change where you feel different. where the things you thought you wanted, like wine and fries and things, like you start to just crave protein shakes in the gym. So I don't know. Apologies for this section, but the challenges are a little all over the place because like after you're done, you're so proud of what you've done that I don't know if I see anything as a challenge. Honestly, you just wake up, you go to the gym, you go to work, you get off work, you go to the gym again, or you go on a walk and you come back home, you drink your water. Hey, hardest part is maybe getting the routine. Okay, books that I read. Listing this off right here, and I'm gonna add a little picture. How Not to Die, Richest Man in Babylon, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I started to read The Intelligent Investor, but seriously, I had to stop because I almost like fell asleep. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get back into you. And also work. I worked from home, which is something I probably should mention, which helped a lot. So I worked. I also had Black and Vegan, which you have to create content for, which is a little time consuming. And then I had the challenge. But I think having a routine and knowing that, okay, from this time to this time I'm working, from this time to this time I'm working out, and then from this time to this time I'm working on Black and Vegan. That's what helped me. And I know it sounds super simple, but like I said, you just gotta get a routine, and that's what helps. Now, this is just a little caveat. I know a woman asked me, like, what do you do? Like, what is a safe way to work out outside? I think this is important because sometimes during the challenge, you do have to work out a little bit later than usual. Like, I would have to do like 11 p.m. workout sometimes on off days. So when that happens and you have to work out outside late, I suggest if you're a lady, either if you have a home, walking in your backyard, or I suggest if you have an apartment, walking in your complex. If you don't feel safe walking in your complex and you have like staircases, like all my staircases at my complex were outside, thank God, and I would just walk up and down my stairs for 45 minutes, and that would be my outside workout. But there are safe options for us ladies, so just think about that. And the part that we've all been waiting for, the post challenge, my mind, my progress pic. Let's just get to the progress pic. So this would be I'm gonna lay it like right here. This is the before and this is the after. In the before, you could probably see my kneecaps were in shambles. I don't think I was like big, like I was the biggest I'd been. I was 165 pounds, which I was typically I ain't gonna lie, 150. So I had gained 15 pounds. And whether this looks like a lot to you or not, I've seen the changes in my body, and I know that I've definitely toned up so much. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, my knees, you looking at my knees? Crazy. What you'll see in the progress pictures too, like, of course they're pictures, but they don't show like the mental changes. Like, my body, I felt like at a certain point didn't change as much as my mind did, which was frustrating, but also exciting, but also weird. But eventually, like, your body will start to change and you're gonna feel good about yourself. And yeah, if you have any questions about my before and after, I guess let me know, but that was what my body was. And my most noticeable changes in my mind would have to be like, honestly, like after the challenge, I still drink my gallon of water a day. I still go to the gym every single day, which I used to not do, okay? I was like someone who went twice a week maybe because of Orange Theory, but now every single day I go to the gym, which I love, And I've also fell in love with reading again. I used to not love reading. My sister was always a reader and I wasn't the reader in the family, but I love reading and I love the book How Not to Die. Like, it just sparked so much passion in me, and I just like flipping the page is exciting. And also just a mental change is like, I just feel so much more confident in who I am as a person. I feel confident in my vision and what I want to do. And I know, like, trust me, I put a lot on my plate, but I know I can complete it because I can do this, I can do that, if that makes sense. Advice for anyone who wants to do the challenge: trust yourself. It doesn't matter if you have a friend doing it or not. This is a challenge for you and you only. So trust yourself, trust your guidance, understand that you can do anything you put your mind to. And if you're making excuses for yourself, which it's okay, because that's what I did. I was like, I can't do this because I can't not drink. What? But if you're making excuses for yourself, that's okay. Just understand and know and trust that you can do this, and don't beat yourself up if you fail. I mean, if you feel you have to start over at day one, but just trust yourself. Best advice I can ever give to anyone. Trust yourself, because you can do it. You can do it. You're no different than me. I was guzzling back wine every day, huh? And now look at me. Water. Hey, that's all I have for you today. Thank you guys for listening in. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any more additional like specific questions, please just DM me on, once again, Black and Vegan on Instagram. But other than that, I love you and bye.